When John described it in indescribable terms, how many had a hard time describing what this was to your coworkers, peers? Show of hands. Okay, yeah, it's because it's different. And what I wanted to do is tell the story basically from a vendor sponsor standpoint, which is how do you protect data that's everywhere? Because that's a bit of a problem we're trying to solve. And so it's a bit loud, so one of the things that John asked about was how do you describe this? And what I would say is it's people that see art and technology. So there was a conversation yesterday with some bloggers that talked about working 40, 50 hours on a blog post, knowing that they were not going to make money off of it, but it was the joy of the creation and the sharing. And so that's where the confluence comes in, I think, of the people that are at this event. All right, so here's a couple of technical slides. How do you protect data that's everywhere? We have a concept at Zerto called Zerto Cloud Continuity Platform. But really what you're looking at is all of these different things that are essentially in silos, a lot like what you were talking about with different conferences, different vendors' approach. And what we're trying to do is connect them. And the first step in that was our release 4.0, which came out in May. We're actually able to go between vCenter, VMware, and Microsoft environments now, and even to AWS. So we're starting down that path of federation, essentially. John asked that we put in pictures of animals, so I will now add in the more abstract here. So my favorite animal, you may want to try to take a guess at this, would be dogs. So each of these dogs are doing their own job. So they're each are productive. But what we're trying to do at Zerto is build a data protection dog sled. So we want them to talk. We want them to go from one place to the other. I want to go from, all right. Now, much like what you're doing, rethinking things, what we run into, the challenge with building that data protection dog sled is that the vendors are going to stay doing their own things. And there's this connection missing that we see the value in it, the end customer sees the value in it of, I just want to be able to pick a platform, go to it, and it just works. Protecting data from one side to the other. But we run into the same thing that what you're talking about with this conference, which is bridging together lots of different disparate ideas into something different. So we were one of the first sponsors, actually the first. So why? Because we see the same problems that John's ran into. Because the animal that we're actually mostly working with don't act like dogs. They're okay, so they're a lot more like cats. Some of my favorites were, I am indifferent to your suffering, and I'm not blocking the view, I am the view. So this is the mentality that we work with, and of course on the one side there, the cat taking the dog's bed, and look at the dog, just doing what he's doing. So really, we realize we can't change what we're connecting to. So the cloud continuity platform from Zerto, we're not going to try to create dinosaurs out of something. But what we can do is connect them. Do we know where this is from? Okay. So what we're really building is a cat federation. We're connecting together all of these different silos for a common purpose of being able to move data from one point to the other. And we see a lot of value in it. So then it starts looking more like a federation than a dog sled, but it is a sled pulled by cats now. So now this is my dogs. Isn't that great? Nice. So the black dog's twice as big as the small dog. And this is a picture this morning. Hopefully you can see that. Yes, the twice the size dog is in the little dog's bed because the little dog took the big dog's bed. So that's it. That's what Zerto does.